Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for F1 Manager 24. We are continuing our run here with our creative team, Broyar Racing. And at the time that I'm recording this, I just finished recording the intro for the last episode. So you guys already probably heard a little bit of this spiel, but just in case you didn't, or for whatever reason, there's bugs in the game right now, unfortunately. Some of the bugs make the game harder. One of the bugs specifically makes the game significantly easier, and that is that the other teams apparently do not design parts besides underfloors and like chassis or side pods or something like that. There's only two parts they ever design, ever, for eternity. And so it does mean that we are very quickly going to get a better car than everybody else. So this run will not go to completion. I'm not going to run this Broyar Racing run in its current state all the way to completion, all the way to us getting first place, I don't think, unless we get to first place before the bug is fixed. Whatever happens, this doesn't count. I am going to continue playing, though, because for one, I want to play the game, and I want to kind of get used to some of the new features and things like that. And I think there's some other aspects of the game that could still be fun to figure out and things like that. But if you're here for the specific series, I will try to make it very clear when the bug-free series restarts, because we will be restarting the series at that point in time. But I don't know when that will be. They haven't announced any sort of fix for that particular bug, so we'll have to see. But I'm going to continue playing. So if you're here for that, I appreciate it. But again, we will be restarting this save when the bugs have been fixed. So anyway, let's get into Monaco, though. The good news is, even if they've only developed a couple parts, we're still within range of this still being interesting right now. We haven't overpowered them quite yet. So that should still make things a little bit more fun. Where did you guys see the last episode? Let me see. Who did we play? Who did we already race last time? We crossed Emilia, right? I think I showed you guys. The last one I showed you guys was it China or Japan? One of these back here. I don't remember which one was the last episode. But Monaco, the reason I brought you back from Monaco is that we do have some more parts. We do have our rank 3 underfloor, and then every other part is rank 2 on our main car. Now I haven't decked out car number 2. Car number 2 is still on rank 1s, although I did give him a rank 2 underfloor since we're not using that one anymore at this point in time. But that is that. Also, I have started some research. Not much, just a little bit, just the underfloor. It's all the money we had right now, although we technically have a little bit of money right this second. However, the next thing I want to research is the front wing, and that's $1.8 million. So we're going to wait for that. The good news about restarting this when the bug is fixed is that there's a couple spending things that I will definitely tweak. Another thing I do want to call your attention to, and I don't know if this is a bug or if this is just the way it is, but we're a created team. And for whatever reason, the created team does not have as much cost cap as everybody else, or at least not as much cost cap remaining as everybody else. When we started the game, I think we only had like 50 million of cost cap remaining, which is pretty crazy, pretty aggressive if you ask me. Had I been aware of that, because I actually came into this thinking, I'm kind of used to the cost cap. I've been playing I played F1 Manager 22. I played F1 Manager 23. I should be able to kind of judge the cost cap. We'll be able to spend a little bit up front, but we'll be fine long term. I might have made some incorrect assumptions because I did not realize we had this less than cost cap until I was watching another video of somebody else today. So we might run into this problem because I was not aware of that. I don't know. Again, I don't know if it's a bug or if that is just the way it is with the created team, that they're just going to give us a reduced cost cap to start with. If it is just the way it is, then when we restart, we probably will be a little bit less aggressive on some of the spending. So I just want to kind of call your attention to that before we get into this. But as you can see, our car is pretty solid. Top speed is dead last. I'm okay with that, honestly, especially for Monaco. We don't need a top speed for Monaco. Dirty air tolerance probably could be better. I could probably focus on this a little bit more. One thing I will say, and again, don't know if it's bug or just the way it is, but this 19th overall, if you ask me, is inaccurate. Like if you were to add up all of this stuff and kind of rate our car on a whole, I don't think we're the 19th worst car anymore. Not when we have the 3rd on high speed, 7th on low speed, 9th. I mean, there's no way we're the 19th worst car. So I think we're getting a little bit over penalized for these other 2 spots. I could be wrong, but I think that's how it is. And so if this is a feature of how it's going to rate cars, then we'll have to do a much better job of balancing our research and focusing a little bit more on top speed and dirty air tolerance along with everything else, because this overall rating does play into the overall happiness of Oliver here. For example, he's still very unhappy with our car performance being rock bottom or near the bottom, even though we know, looking at this, especially for Monaco, our car is going to be one of the better performing cars. So take it for what you will. Let's go ahead and get into this though. Anything else to see? No, I don't think so. Let's go jump into the race targets. And oh, actually, one thing I do want to show you, if I can, is it going to let me go back? Oh, it's not going to let me go back. Oliver did rank 15th in the last race we just did. So he's been doing better. And so I actually think we're going to go ahead and put 18th on him. We actually think he can do pretty good, especially in Monaco. We're going to continue to do 21th on Pepe here because he has not got any improvements. And that is fine by me.
Welcome along to one of the biggest weekends in motorsports. Here in
All right, let's get into our practice session. And we do have, still have some damaged parts, as you would expect. I'm not going to run this engine because it's a little bit too damaged. We're going to run this ERS for practice. And then gearbox, we have to use the one we got. That's fine. For you, let's give you the worst engine. Oh, by the way, surprise, surprise, Oliver has crashed at least twice since the $10 million crash. 2 more times he has crashed as well. I don't know if that's just a state of just Oliver's like statistics and just some issues with Oliver in general. You guys who have probably, I think a lot of people I've been seeing on some YouTubers have been using Oliver a lot as well. We might have to rethink whether we use Oliver in a restart or not. I'll think about that. But he seems to be very crash prone, which is very, very unfortunate. Let's see, car setup. Let me pull up my little cheat sheet because, quite frankly, this is not the the type of mini game that I actually care to play. If you like playing this type of mini game, to each your own. Oh wait, I did the wrong one. No, go back to Monte Carlo, please. Not ready for Canada yet. All right, Monte Carlo. So we're gonna be at 10. I mean, this doesn't surprise me. Very heavy angle on the front wing. Very heavy angle on the rear wing. 8 to 2, 335, and 6.5. Stuff on that. Cool. Lock those in. How many laps can we get? Oh, 63 laps. That's perfect. We'll just bump this up to 30 for now. Actually, we might need more than that because this is a very short track. But hopefully we get enough out of these 30 laps to get all 5 bits of our knowledge. All right, let's go. Let's go to practice, and we are going to manage this session.
Okay, green light, green light.
Let's go. One good thing about these drivers and the engineers that we've got is that they do get knowledge back very quickly. Needless to say, because Oliver's crashed a couple more times, he's cost us even more money. I am so glad we're restarting the save eventually because it has been highly detrimental to see those crashes come through. And again, crashes are part of it. We get crashes all the time, but 3, I think we had 3 in back-to-back weeks. Like literally every single week he was getting a crash. It's like, really? Come on now.
How is the car balance for you?
All right, go ahead and bring you in, sir.
I'm happy with it.
Copy that.
All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, how we doing? It's weird that we still have such a long bar for straights, even though we're on the optimal, but that is all right. Let's see. We got optimal, good, optimal, optimal, optimal. Just the braking stability, huh? Looks like just a little tweak there and a bit of a tweak there. And we should be pretty close to lock in. Oh, sorry. Tires are good. Run plan's good. Let's confirm that. All right. Optimal, great, good, and optimal. 10, 16, and 9 to 1. 3, 2, 5. So this direction for you and 0.6. All right, let's see if that works. And hopefully we get a good setup this time. I hope they also fix the whole simming practice thing, because I really like simming practice, because I mean it's kind of boring to me personally. What are we doing? We're just sitting here waiting for them to spin around and go around the track, 20 times. But it's all right. It's fine. Technically, when you manage track practice, you do get a little bit more of the knowledge points than you do if you sim it. But usually, at least in last year's version, we definitely could lock in like 98+ percentage setups and then get very high on the track acclimatization. So I'm definitely 100% fine with simming practice if we can get back to that being a valid option. I drop you guys down to light, see if we can get these tires to last a bit longer, leave you guys out a little bit longer to get as much points as possible. If you don't know, as you can see here, the longer you leave them out for an extended stint, the faster your track acclimatization starts to climb. So preferably you want to have long stints in practice as opposed to a bunch of short ones. So even after they get to 5 here, we're not going to bring them back in. We're going to let them run out as long as we possibly can to continue to bump that up as much as possible. Alright, tire temperature's getting a little bit cool. Bump you back up.
How is the car balance for you?
Setup is perfect, so I bet we're close to 100 on him.
Copy, understood.
How's your read on the balance and things?
Yep, understood.
For whatever reason, Marty, who I assume is a like a generated character, right? He's not a real person. He doesn't give any sort of even textual feedback. I get that why he wouldn't do audio feedback, but you would think he'd at least pop up in his face and have like a little textual feedback there. For some reason, he doesn't always do that. It's weird. Should be able to run all the way to end here. This is good. No, about 40%, maybe a little bit higher on the track acclimatization. That's pretty solid, actually.
Checkered flag.
I mean, Berriman's 16th right now. We're not even trying, which, to be fair, not everybody else is trying either. But 99 and 97, that's pretty good setup. We might call that good enough. And actually sim these last two. Let me try and plug in a slightly better one for him. Although, if it goes the way it's been going, they will just be dumb and not actually. They'll actually go and find an even worse setup than what we told them to run. So, technically, there's only one possible setup. So this is the setup that is going to get us 100% if they'll just use it. Which, again, from my experience, they have not been a very good job of using the setup I told them to run. I would rather them just, if I was simming, I would rather them just stay locked on the setup I told them to run than to try and change if it's going to be broken, right? If it was going to error one side or the other, just run the setup I told you to run. And we still get some information back based on what I want them to try, you know? So, it's a little weird. All right, 10, 16, 9, 1, 3, 2, and 0.5. And there's only one setup here as well. So, this should be 100% for both of these guys if they'll just run the setups that I'm telling them to run right now. I don't want to imagine. I want to simulate the session. We'll see if they can lock it in. If not, we'll just plug in these setups for qualifying, and it'll all be all right. Yeah, they're just not going to run it. See, they set it back to the other setups. I don't know why. Because we had this at 1. For some reason, when you sim, they are just dumb. Don't know why. Give one more chance here, but most likely we're just gonna have to run this in qualifying, and it'll lock it in.
Hello and welcome.
Hey, I actually tried to find a little bit more optimal one here. Looks like they're up to 98% now. Alright. Plug that in. We'll run that for qualifying, and we're going to run qualifying, so we'll definitely get the opportunity to make sure that this is exactly what we want. Let's go ahead and change our car parts over to our... We're going to go ahead and run our good engines. We're going to see if we can get a good result today. Still have the bad ERS. I can't afford a better one right now. It is what it is. Should be able to run that engine. ERS should be okay for this race. Gearbox, we'll run the better gearbox. And... yeah, I think that's it. Let's go.
That should be the green light.
I'm actually going to let a little bit of time run off here. The laps should be very quick here. And I want to make sure there's a little bit of a... maybe a higher chance of there being a little bit more rubber on the track when we run out here. Yeah, we're already up to very high grip. Usually what I like to do is run, which I don't think we have the opportunity. Yeah. Usually I have to run used soft tires for the first stint just to get the driver confidence up. And then I'll run some fresh ones for the second stint. You know, once their driver confidence is actually very high. In this case, we don't have the opportunity, so no big deal. We'll run them out once, immediately switch over to some brand new ones, and then go again after that.
We're in a good place. Mode end. Mode end.
Yep. Copy. Run out again. He's already on very high driver confidence. Perfect. We're also on very high. Let me wait just about a minute here. Let me get towards the very end here. Go. And go. Hopefully we don't get caught behind too many people here. Hey, we're not dead last with Marty here. We're second to last, but not dead. Oh, what did you do? Oh, because that's all we need is more crashes. Well, it's the first time he's crashed that I've seen. So, I guess it's better than it could have been. We are going to be in the top 14 here, which is pretty good. Just run your... I don't care. It doesn't... It's literally irrelevant. Just finish and come home whenever you want to come home.
Yeah, copy.
You drop down to 15 here. Oh, 16. Uh-oh, we're going to drop out. We did. All right, that's fine. I like he got a little bit messed up from the other guy's crash, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, copy.
17th is actually not a bad place to start. I think we'll be fine once we actually get to the race. Although it is very hard to pass on Monaco. Why do we have a penalty? What? What? Why do I have no idea why we have a penalty. I don't think we did anything wrong. Ugh. Because that's all we need is more things being damaged. We do have the front wing 3 available. Oh, we're gonna have to merge. That's right. I actually have another suspension coming out in a couple days, but it wasn't gonna be ready for this race. And of course, this is the race he crashes in. Wow, we're gonna have to emergency manufacture. There was another $1.2 million down the drain for no reason whatsoever. I guess I could have done a 2, but it's whatever. I cannot believe that he crashed in the one race that we needed him to just last a couple more days. What do I care though? We're gonna restart the save anyway. I'm getting a little hung up on some details about a save that I should not get too hung up on. If we were to lower you and then increase you, let's say I think we can get this to be a little bit faster. Do something like that. I think that's going to be pretty good. So we just shaved 3 seconds off by being a little bit of a different strategy here. Although those softs might not be, we might not be able to keep them warm enough. I don't think there's anything we can change with the strategy, actually. I think we're just going to run with this. And that will be good. Alright. that all looks good. Everything looks great. Let's go.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long
The
until we
car's
get
still funny to me.
We're here in the
Not that we should, like, be hating on companies because of mistakes, but it's just timely. That's all.
It's lights out, and away we go.
All right. Yeah, we are. Just making sure. I know we are, but I just want to make sure the battle assist is turned on. I still don't understand why Behrman is... I don't know what penalty he's taking. Genuinely have no idea. I didn't see any penalties in qualifying or anything else. Unless they're saying he caused Marty's crash, which I didn't watch the crash. That's the only reason I can think of him taking a penalty. It's very strange. Let's go watch... Go watch from here, this view, and see if we can get anything from Behrman here at the beginning. I doubt it, though. Starting at 22nd, it's going to be very hard for... starting at 15th, even 17th, he might have been able to eventually sneak into points. Starting at 22nd, that's a lot of cars to pass on a very tiny track. I don't see it happening, to be perfectly honest. Wish I knew why he took a penalty. It might be a bug. I know there were some bugs related to grid penalties, but I didn't think it was related to, like, having them. I think it was just related to something else around penalties, but I don't know exactly what it was, so I don't want to misspeak for something that might have been nothing. Heck, we did already pass somebody, though. That is impressive. We do have a ridiculously fast car compared to these guys at the bottom, for sure. Even if we don't have the fastest car on the track right now, still a decent car overall. And I will say, in this version of F1 Manager, just like you just saw, the reason why DRS is less effective in this version of F1 Manager than it has been in the past is because cars are more willing to pass on corners, whereas in F1 Manager 23, they almost always waited until the straightaways and in DRS mode to do the passing. So because of that extra aggression around corners, for one, it's going to help us because we are going to potentially pass cars even on this track where we know it's a lot of corners. But it also means that the DRS that we've been plugging in, because our DRS is actually one of the best in the field, right? Top 10 or something like that. It's not going to be quite as good. It doesn't mean it's not valuable at all. It's just not going to be quite as good. But we've already moved to 20th place. Good, I can talk. Marty's up to 18th. I mean, we do know we have a faster car than Marty. So if we can catch Marty, which is the guy we see in front of us up here, we should be fine. There's a good pass right here, maybe? Nope, almost.
No more overtake.
All right, oh, I wasn't watching. That's fine. No biggie. We'll get it built back up here in time. No worries. A little bit more of an exciting first bit here than I thought. Oh, I didn't mean to go too. Sorry. I didn't mean to go 16. Sorry about that.
VSC.
Right, we're down at turn 5. Oh, that's where they hit the wall.
Ow! He was ranked 1 at the time, wasn't he? So, well, there we go. That's
and for the crew,
potentially one less person we got to compete against. Yeah, he's out. Wow, that's harsh. I mean, we have been seeing a lot of other crashes as well. I did say we've crashed 3 times. You guys saw the crash from Marty in qualifying, right? So, and then I've been seeing crashes all over the place from other drivers as well. It's possible the tuning of crashes is a little too high right now. I mean, it's just one of those things early in the game cycle that they've got to do some balance tweaks at some point as well. So don't be too surprised if they tone back the crashes at some point. We still want them to exist. Crashes are absolutely part of racing. But if they're tuned too high, then that could be obviously problematic and not fun, honestly. It's just not fun. I'd rather beat other racers. I'd rather have 0 crashes ever so that I know I can beat other racers just outright than to have excessive crashes. You know what I mean? So I don't want to beat other racers because they crashed. So even if it means that they crash less often, I would rather personally crash less often because it's definitely not fun when we crash. But it's also, in my opinion, not fun when the opponents crash either because it's just, that doesn't mean we beat them. They just crashed. That's all. VSC's still going on. I'll be able to be a little bit more aggressive on the tires here in a moment. As well as the fuel.
VSC ending.
Copy.
Because I could have put this on harvest, but that's alright. Come on, guys. Our own car is slowing us down a little bit. Because we're faster than him, but it's hard for us to get past the Alpine car. Because, you know, he's in front of him. Lando Norris, guys, by the way, he has been getting a lot. He's been doing really well this season. At least within the context of the game. So, if you ever wanted a driver to bring into your team, he might be a good one. I mean, we already knew he was good, right? But definitely a step up for McLaren in early on in F124 here than it was, you know, where they were in F123. I don't know where they are in real life. Somebody had talked about that. You know, I do need to probably check out F1 at some point. It would be kind of fun. Same thing with Football Manager, though. I need to find me a team that I can support and just start watching some of these sports that I do enjoy playing the management games for. Honestly, McLaren's probably a team that I could root for. Feels like they're, you know, because we obviously, I mean, I know enough about F1 to know that Red Bull has been dominant, right? So, anybody that's not Red Bull is, I guess, almost viewed as the underdog. So I could definitely see rooting for someone like McLaren a little bit. Well, at least it's just our driver in front of us now. We could tell him to let us pass, but sometimes that causes problems, so I don't know. I have to find the right spot for them. Okay, he's going to let us pass here, actually. Oh, I say let us. We're going to get past him here. Our drag is a little bit high, so we can definitely push a little bit late. All right, we can go back to neutral here. Keep pushing the fuel. I mean, I like to run a little bit under fuel and let it gradually tick back up. So the fact that we had that early virtual car has slowed us down a little bit on that plan. We'll go ahead and just speed things up here. There's not really much to see. I thought we'd make a little bit more action there, but we did not. Cameron's right on number 18's tail there, though. I mean, we're not getting points in this race, unfortunately. I was hoping we would, but no idea where the penalty came from. It's so weird. We'd be up in like 14th place right now, possibly. We didn't have that penalty. Who knows where would he be? Which would get us, you know, within striking distance of points. Probably go up to about 0.8 kilograms under. I think we can catch that back up later. Over the course of the rest of the race. Alright, Barry moved up to 18th. Alright, that looks good. Not really going to worry about catching anybody right now on these first sets of tires. We get on the softs for him. We might see if we can do a little bit of catching up with some guys at that point. And we're right on the line with him, so we should be okay with that. You're definitely a little bit high. We could be more aggressive with your hard. The other guy's looking on there.
We've had a crash.
Another crash. Wow. Pretty tough one.
That's
Almost similar to... I'm not sure if it's the exact same corner, but it did look similar to the one from Paris there. He was Behrman up to 16th. I'm going to put you on aggressive over here. So you can start pushing up a little bit more. A lot of these guys, even on hards, have been a lot more aggressive than we have been. They've been pushing through their hards faster than we've been pushing through our mediums.
Copy.
Alright, hit window. Sounds good. Like we're right on schedule.
And there's been quite a crash.
Wow, another crash. I'm telling you guys, like, don't get me wrong, this track does lend itself to a decent number of crashes, but that's not much of a crash, to be fair. But it does feel like there's more than we've seen in the past. And again, I'm just comparing it to F1 Manager 23, to be fair. It's not impossible for us to chase down some points now, based on where we're at right this second. Go back to the timings. Ah, we're 10 seconds behind. Never mind. 11 seconds now. Never mind. We're pretty far behind. Yeah, let's just go full on attack here. Let's just see if we can get any sort of ground made up here.
hotspots.
Copy, box.
He's getting lapped a bit, which is going to slow him down, unfortunately. Come on, let's get a quick pick here, guys. 2.5, I can take that. It's a very good pit. We have been getting some pretty good pits, though. I will give us that. Which has been exciting to see. Alright, we need to get some temperature in these pretty quickly, so we're going to go ahead and put you up to yellow. We'll keep the engine going, but we are going to top up just to... I don't want to push until we get some temperature in. A little bit low on fuel, but I think we're going to be okay. Alright, up to temperature, drop it back down to our strategy, drop this back down, but we are going to start deploying here. Hopefully we can keep temperature in the tires. We're in some good crowd here. Wow, we were. Now we're only behind one car at the moment, but hopefully that'll keep the track warm enough that tires will stay warm. It's weird that I'm actually hoping to be in near traffic. Usually I'd want some wide open space so I can preserve the tires longer. But so far in this game, it's been hard to keep temperature in tires for some reason. Especially the softs. We could technically probably hold off for another lap. Let me see. Let him run another lap or so here. We're getting once he's below 35.
No more overtake.
That's fine, no worries. I didn't really mean to run it all the way down to 0, but I was watching Marty over here. It's fine. Yeah, I don't know if we're catching even top 15 at this point. All right, Marty, when he crosses the line, he'll queue up his pit now. There he goes, across the line. We're coming out on mediums. We're actually right behind 15, so we did catch... There goes the temperature, though. Well, you know, I'm going to leave it for a moment. I'm hoping now that we're in the crowd, back in the back of the crowd, we can get a little more temperature back in.
That's a slow pit stop there.
2, 3 died. Okay, then. There you go, guys. That's... Marty might not do anything else right this entire, you know, race, but his pit crew, I guess it's the same pit crew, but, under a 2-4, that should be number 1. I would be shocked if that's not number 1. Let's put you on... You're fine there. You're fine there. Let's put you on top up, though. So you get some temperature. Yeah, we're getting some temperature back in these softs now that we're in this little group here. Alright, let's get a little bit of a deploy here. Not expecting Marty to make up that much ground, but we'll play the strategy with him anyway. We're starting to get cool again. We're more than a second back now. Just can't afford to push too much on the standard, unfortunately. But we also can't be cold. Like, if we're cold, we're going to be burning more than we need to either way. So it's kind of a lose-lose, unfortunately. I just need to flip it back and forth and just float it until we can get off the softs. I'm almost like mad to run softs these days. I guess I could just lock in instead of trying to do these light strategies, to keep it on a standard strategy, just note that the light's too cold. You would think at 39.5 degrees Celsius on the track, although I guess it is 22 degrees Celsius in the air. It just feels like it's been colder. It's been so much harder to keep temperature in these tires. I've moved up to 15th at the moment. We are starting to catch 14.
Now there's been an issue in the pits.
All right, go back to neutral here. Let's watch him, see if we can get past this guy real quick. Oh, I thought we were gonna get one there. He's trying, he's trying. What's your, what I'm looking for? You're just on medium confidence. I'm not going to push you any more than that. These mechanical faults that they throw out there are new, right? That's a new feature. If you want to call it a feature. It's a new addition to the game this year. Wish you could repair those. Unless I'm just not aware of how to. I don't think you can. But like, we've had a ERS, you know, damaged, even though it's been a high durability since almost the first race, I think. So I wish there was a way to like repair that one part or something between races. It didn't even really clearly say what the problem is. It just says it's got some sort of minor issue of something. At least we're keeping temperature in right now. We're actually caught up with 12th right now. That is impressive. I don't know if I was expecting that. I mean, I knew we were going to make up some ground on the softs, but This is a bit more ground than I was expecting. I mean, points is a long ways away right now, though. I'm 20 seconds away from points. Alright, I don't think we're going to get past here, unfortunately. Well, now we are, because he pit, but... Now we gotta get caught back up with... There we go. At least we had DRS for that pit. That's good. Let's get a good pass here. I mean, I could make him a little more aggressive on his tires, but we're so tight on the strategy. I don't want to do more than we have to. Could tell him to deploy, but honestly, until we get past the last pit stop, it's almost... I don't think it's going to matter too much. Alright, never mind. He's already out pit, so... Truth be told, this would be a good time to deploy a bit to make up some of this ground here.
Oh dear, that's not a good stop.
Lots of crashes. Yeah.
Near where the car is the least debris.
What is going on? Albin in 10th was one of the guys we were...
Between the cars, inevitable.
Oh, wow.
And they'll have to pick themselves up after that.
I guess he ran into the back of him or something. I mean, everybody's pitting right now, so we still have to do our pit, our final pit. Even if we get past Albin here, he's already on his final set of tires, and we still have to get on our finals. Yeah, we're not. I mean, I don't see any way possible to get points. And he's going to be faster right now because he's on fresh softs, yeah. Alright, let's go back to top up for a little bit. We're pitting here in a little bit anyway. Hey, we just lapped somebody.
Copy.
Wow. A lot of people retiring right now. Good news is, unless something catastrophic happens, we should still be able to get top 18, which will get us some money for Behrman, which is good. Oh wow, you are... Why are you so much better on your tires than I was expecting you'd be? That is insane. I mean, at this point, I think we just full on attack. Let me ignore for a minute. I'd like to see if we can get one more lap out of you. We're getting a little bit cold, but... We just crash. We just crashed. Alright, we're definitely pitting now. And I have one front wing available. I mean, I don't know that we really want to attack. We don't have a front wing at the moment, but so many crashes.
We've got a yellow flag here.
Oh, it was behind the building. I didn't even see it. Whoa, let's watch the language, sir. That's rude.
I've got no front end.
I'm got you coming in for a pit, dude. I didn't realize you had no front end. admittedly. We are bringing you in right now. We won't get a good fast pit stop here, of course, but that's all right. We just ran into the CrowdStrike car. All right, let's get... we're being pretty aggressive on these hards. Let's get some temperature into these tires. We're going to let you run at least another lap. You probably want to get below 45. We might bring you out. Well, Berryman, again, all we have to do is say top 18. We'll get the max money. That's at this point all we can care about. So many crashes, though. We're definitely going to have to rethink our Berryman driver for our redo save. Because this has been crazy and chaotic with him. Is it accuracy? Is it, I don't know what it would be that's causing the crashes. This low, I thought his accuracy score was higher than maybe not. Maybe it's somebody else. I'll have to check it later.
No overtake. Mode charge.
All right, go ahead and pitch you now. Bring you out on your sauce. You're in a crowd right now. Thought this race would be our best chance to get some points, but just not going to happen. Not when we crash in both. Well, not when we crash in the race and then have a 22 point or enough of a penalty that we get and put in last place. That combo is not a good combo. 2.6, not a bad pit for Marty. He's already got faster, so that's still not a bad one. Good news is that the strategy for pits, the pit training strategy that I use, should get us the number one spot by the end of the season. So I have to go down to balance now. We should get the DHL money. It's good to know as the strategy works. I'm hoping we get a good pass here, but apparently when I'm watching them, they don't do passes. What tires are you guys running right now? 6150 on your softs and hards respectively. We are on better tires than both of these guys. Oh. What a pass there. That was a good one. Oh, can we hold it? Think we can hold it. Yeah, we got it. Very good pass. That's while doing a little trickle of a harvest here. Top up. You're having trouble getting temperature in your tires, my friend. I'll put you on neutral. I'm not even going to worry about you anymore. You're too far back to... Oh, good pass there. Nice. Oh, can we catch 13? That would be awesome. I mean, it won't be points, but it would be a really good finish to go from 22nd to 13th with a crash in the middle where we had to replace our front wing. That would be a really good... You were just having a nightmare of a trouble trying to get temperature on these tires. I mean, I'm assuming you'll get there eventually, but not at the moment. Guess we'll go up to aggressive.
Your management is good.
There we go. Now we got temperature. Well, we can see 13th. Does feel like we're driving a little bit faster than him right now, so I like our chances here. What's he running? Yeah, he's got some pretty beat up softs at the moment. Got time to get past him for sure. I would be shocked if we did. No, there's no way we're doing anything more than that. 24 seconds is too big of a gap. But still, 13th is a good finish. Might have to lower your conserve you a little bit just to get the stuff back. And I'm actually going to conserve you a little bit now that we're caught up. I'm going to put you on neutral though. Yeah, we might still get a pass even on conserve. Come on, let's get a good pass here. Plenty of time to get past him, though. Alright. Back to balance here. It's perfect. Like that the helicopter camera has to go to the internal tunnel cameras, which makes obviously perfect sense. It would be dumb for us to be able to still see them in the tunnel. But I guess the other option would be it just shows the outside of the tunnel as they're driving through. But it is cool that it cuts into there. Oh, is he going to go for it? Is he going for it? Oh, I thought he was going for it there. How are you feeling, buddy? Very low confidence. Why? Usually it tells you, I thought. It used to tell you, like, bad things that have happened that would cause his low... yeah, why would he be on low confidence right now? That makes no sense. He's been running a good race. A little too early for us to start attacking, so we're just going to keep settling in here. Do our thing. Might even drop you down to aggressive on the tires here. Just settle in here. Left you on conserve, but that's alright. You kind of don't matter, to be perfectly honest. I know that's harsh. Come on, let's go. Stay behind him. Stay close. No, I'm actually going back to conserve. I'd like to get a little bit of extra stuff here. Make sure we have enough juice in the tank to push here at the very, very end. I was trying to lose a little bit here on the conserve. 3 laps to go. Probably less for well, it'd still be 3 laps for us, even if they have left us. Oh, he wants to pass so bad. Maybe I should give him the trigger, but I want to wait a little bit. I'm going to do it on this next lap. Actually, you know what? We're going to go and do it right here. Let's back a little stretch here, and let's go back to where we can actually watch him. How you feeling? Still low. What is going on with your driver confidence? I mean, again, I've raced a lot of these races in F1 Manager 23, and this type of racing right here, where we're this close, your confidence would be pretty high. I don't understand his low confidence right now. There we go. Now we just got to put enough of a gap where he can't catch us on the next DRS. So it looks like we are doing. Alright, so 13th. Not bad. Hey, we're about to lap our own guy. Yeah, we are way past him now. We are good.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
Good run. I'm happy with the results overall. Could have been better though, I think.
That's the checkered flag.
Could have been worse though, I guess.
As always,
Seeing the 2 guys there at the bottom, they crashed out. Behrman overall is 14th with no points, obviously, but we are in 8th, so that's where we need to be. Oh, they actually beat us. That's shocking. 2nd and 5th though. I think that still gets more points than anybody else, so we are still leading that. And max money here, which is awesome. Well, max money that we thought we were capable of getting, I should say. Very cool. All right, well, there we go, guys. I don't know how many more of these. I'm going to be, I don't know. I need to think about how I'm going to do this, knowing that we're going to restart this soonish. I just don't know. This video, let me see. I'm recording this on July 25th. This video will go live on July 30th. No, sorry. 29th. So in 4 days from now, this video is when this video goes live, because I have to record a little bit ahead of time. It's possible we hear about a patch by then. I might hold off on recording the next video until a little bit later. I might be doing these videos, start doing these videos like the night before or something like that, just to try and delay it as long as possible to see if there's a patch before I record the next episode, things like that. We'll see. But if you are still hanging around, I do very much appreciate it. And again, we will be restarting this as soon as those patches go live. So thank you for watching. May God bless you. And I hope you join me again next time. Thank you and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.